This video is all about discovering who would win between a straight-up fight between two of Marvel's most recognizable heroes, Hulk and Spider-Man. In one corner, we have the mean green smashing machine. By day, he's Dr. Bruce Banner, the world's foremost expert in gamma radiation. But by night, or pretty much whenever something ticks him off, he becomes the green-fisted bruiser of the Marvel U, the Incredible Hulk. Powered by rage and gamma radiation, the Hulk gets stronger the angrier he gets. And our boy could pretty much heal from almost any injury. On the other hand, we have everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood web-slinger, Spider-Man. You probably already know it, but Peter Parker was just your regular down-on-his-luck teenager when he got bitten by a radioactive spider. But instead of putting him in a coma, our boy got the proportionate strength of a spider, superhuman agility, super strength, and, of course, a built-in early warning device called the Spider Sense. So, who would win if these two faced off against each other? Let's find out. For starters, let's not get bogged down by canon here. Let's focus on the stats instead. That is to say, all we need to do here is check out each of our contenders' power sets and see how it would fare if they were pitted against each other. Now, the Hulk could be best described as something similar to a walking, ticking time bomb that has the capability to level cities, continents even, once he's let loose. Or, to be more specific, the Jade Giant provides indiscriminate destruction once he's on the field. So much so that the Avengers pretty much just get out of his way for fear that they might end up getting swept up in his path.
Maybe smash a few things along the way.
With that in mind, it goes without saying that all the Hulk needs to win over the wall crawler is one shot, just one hit. It doesn't even have to be clean or devastating, given that the power coursing through Hulk's veins could splatter Peter Parker with even a single flick. Suffice it to say that in this match, the Hulk's like Marvel's very own Black Beast, aka Derek Lewis. He's not that fast, but he's big. He's not that athletic, but boy, does he have bricks in those fists? But here's the thing. The Hulk actually has to land a strike on the wall crawler if he wants to take him out. Now, that might not be as easy as you'd think. First off, whereas the Hulk is more akin to a wrecking ball that swings harder the angrier he gets, he's really not what you'd call a shifty fighter. For the most part, he's not even a disciplined fighter. The Hulk's the kind of guy who would more likely swing wildly until his opponent's a puddle of goo in front of him, then, say, employ switches and counters to find the best angle of attack. As for Spider-Man, well, as we've mentioned, Pete's got superhuman agility. Sure, he's not a speedster like the Flash or Quicksilver, but the wall crawler's reflexes are more than enough to dance, Bob, and weave through the Jade Giant's assault. Of course, superhuman agility would still put you at risk if, say, you fall victim to an ambush. But then, ambushing someone like Spider-Man is almost impossible unless you're probably augmented by a symbiote, which the not-so-jolly Green Giant is not. What we're saying here is that it would almost be impossible for the Hulk to even graze the web-slinger, thanks to a combination of Spidey's superhuman agility and that reliable old spider sense. The mean green machine could opt for a haymaker or a three-piece with a soda. But as long as Pete keeps on tingling, the Hulk would hit nothing but air. And it's not like the wall crawler is a two-trick pony either, because this little spider could definitely bang. Pete might not be as strong as the Hulk. In fact, there's no question that the green-skinned bruiser's strength crushes Spider-Man's on any day. But it's not like old Webhead has pillows in his fists. In fact, the web-slinger's punching power proves just enough to give the Hulk trouble. We'd even go as far as to say that a Peter Parker having a bad day might just be suitable to knock the Jade Giant's lights out. Now, keep in mind, Spidey might knock out Hulk, but he couldn't flatline the mean green machine. That's simply out of the question. We mean, come on. The Hulk could literally regenerate from being atomized. And make no mistake, it's not like Peter's only option is to find the Jade Giant's nighty-night button and give it a good old-fashioned sock. Let's not forget that Pete can get pretty creative with his piping hot webbing. That is to say, there's a good chance that Spider-Man might try incapacitating the Hulk with a well-placed web shot right down the mean green machine's throat. But in no way is this a one-sided fight, mind you. Here's the thing. Spidey's agility and spider sense might give him an edge over the Jade Giant. But what's the one thing you need to dance around a gamma-irradiated monster's earth-shattering strike game? If you said space, then you get a no prize. That's right. Spidey's going to need some room to move around if he wants to dodge the Hulk. So, If the Jade Giant could find a way to remove that space wherein Spidey could operate, chances are high that the mean green machine could put Pete in a body bag. And you know what? The Hulk might just have a move that pretty much fulfills this purpose, his Thunderclap. It's one of the few, honest-to-goodness mid- to long-range attacks that the Jade Giant is known for, and it's just enough to stop Spider-Man's tingle and agility to open Hulk up for a finishing strike. Because regardless if Peter senses the Thunderclap coming, there's still very little chance he could get away from its blast radius, especially if, say, Hulk cocked that Thunderclap at point-blank range. And just to be clear, we're not talking about Hulk squashing Spider-Man like a spider. We're talking about the explosive, supersonic air blast that happens when the Hulk uses this signature technique. All that said, a fight between the Hulk and Spider-Man proves to be one of the more interesting matchups in pop culture. Regardless of who you think would win between these two, there's one surefire victor here. The troves of bloodthirsty fanboys who want to see a quick little guy take on a literal Hulk like they were living in Pride FC's golden age. But what do you think about this super fight? Who do you think would win? Got any ideas how it would play out? We can't wait to read about them in the comments section below. As always, please help us out by giving us a like, share, subscribe, and turning on that notification bell for more bangers like this one. And if you liked this video, we're sure you're going to love the next one. So feel free to check it out as well. We'll catch you real soon, only here at KRTV Marvel.